What happened after filming True Lies that made you realize you needed a heart operation?
First of all, when you talk about the heart operation, my mother had a heart problem. And so I took her to UCLA one day, this was in the late 70s, where they told her that she has a valve problem. As a matter of fact, two of her valves didn't really work well, and that she may down the line need a valve replacement. And they also told her, they asked her, said, did your mother or someone in your family have that? And she said, which was the first time I kind of heard that, was, yeah, my mother had a valve problem, and she died with the age of 67. And so they said, well, you know, it's obviously something that is being passed down. I said, Arnold, you better get your heart checked regularly, because this could also happen to you. And so from that point on, every year, I had my heart checked when I had my physical. And so when I was finished with True Lies, I remember the doctor, that physical, said, you know, the time is coming up where I see your heart, the performance going down, that you need soon a valve replacement. So I said to him, I said, well, you know, why don't I just do, let's do it in 2 years from now. And he says, that's fine. So right after the Batman and Robin movie, I went into the hospital and got the valve replacement, got both valves replaced, the aortic valve and the pulmonary valve.
What was the risk involved with that? And what did the doctor come into your room and say at 3 a.m. the morning after surgery?
Well, because I got the RAS procedure, which is where they take one of your own valves and put it in the aortic position. So the pulmonary valve is really normally not strong enough to take over the aortic position and to that pressure, blood pressure. So it was clear that at that point, there's a 60% chance that it works and the 40% chance that it won't work. So what happened was that the pressure was too enormous and my body was too big and too strong. And it also didn't help that right after I woke up from the surgery, I went on the life cycle and started riding the life cycle with all the machines, you know, still connected to me. So that didn't help either. But I mean, but the bottom line was that it failed, and that I started coughing, and I started kind of, you know, choking and not getting any air, and there was fluid going in the lungs and all this. And at 3 in the morning, the doctor came to me and said, you know, the surgery failed, that in 2 hours from now, we have to do it again. And now it gets very dangerous, because to do 2 surgeries within 24 hours like that, you know, it's like, first they tell you there's a 6% chance of failure that you wipe out, and now all of a sudden that doubles, goes to 12%. So I don't have to tell you that if you have a gun to your head that has, you know, 100 chambers and there's 12 bullets in there, I don't think anyone wants to take the risk when you spin it that you know, it's going to be clean. So it was a wild thing to be, a situation to be in, but being under the amount of drugs that you're under at that point, you really don't care. You know, it's like, I say, okay, just do it. And
did you think there was a chance that could be it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a disastrous situation to be in, nevertheless, and I could see when they prepped me for the surgery at 5 in the morning that their attitude was quite different than the day before when they prepped me for the first surgery. But it was all kind of like easygoing and dancing around and being funny. They're already into the operation room and the music is on and all that stuff. This time it was serious, serious business. I could feel that even though I was high on drugs. And so luckily it all turned out well. And he did, Dr. Starnes did a great job in redoing it. And now, 19 years later, I still have the same valves and everything is standing fine.